the journey I've been with no-till and cover crops, and of course, you can call it whatever you want. I started because I thought erosion was the problem. We were most of our soils are highly erodible here, and one day we did a little experiment with soil and water where we put 2 2x4s with a 5-gallon bucket to have a field day. They were 16 foot long and diverted the water to the bucket. And during the time we put this in, it rained twice. I think there was 3 inches of water in 3 days after we put that in. And we had the field day, and we went and looked in that bucket, and it was clear full of silt, clear to the top. I don't know how many tons that was, but that really alarmed me. And that's when we really thought we had to start protecting our no-till ground, because we were no-tilling, and I thought, man, that was the way to solve the erosion problem. So then we started working with rye to go to soybeans. We knew that would help. Then from the wheat crop, we always had clovers. We started with some clovers, and then we went to hairy vetch. Of course, we was able to put the cattle on the wheat ground after we harvested because of the clover and the hairy vetch that was in it, and that was a good supplement because it took time away from our pasture fields to let them improve, which we didn't know we was doing that. It just got better, and that was that story. And then we did that for about 10 or 11 years, not knowing we could put 2 species together. And then Steve Groff called me one day and he says, let's try it. We'd like for you to try my tillage radishes because we're going to start a market on them, and we'd like to have you do some research. So at that point in time, I had that Alice Chalmers planter, and I went to the John Deere dealer and I said, I'd like to have a planter that would plant corn and soybeans and wheat and cover crop. And he looked at me and he says, get out of my office. He says, I don't know what you're talking about, and I said, fine. And a fella told me about an Alice Chalmers dealer, or a white dealer, and he had Alice Chalmers and white and Deutz and Massey and everything. And I remember he's about my size right now. When I walked there, I was a little smaller then, and I said, looking for a corn planter that'll plant corn, soybeans, wheat, and cover crop. And he says, David, he says, don't know you. And he says, that's kind of stupid. But he says, here's the phone number of our white corn planter guy. And he says, if he'll tell you it'll work, we'll sell it to you.